What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, man? It's your boy Nate coming back with another video. So today, I'm just giving an update on my CDL class. Currently, I have just finished week number 7. 7 weeks is long enough for me to definitely have some things, so I wrote some things down on my phone while I'm in the class, and this is just me, pros and cons, ups and downs, things that I've been going through. So I will start by saying, if you're trying to get your CDL, get that learner's permit before you even start the class. Start studying, start preparing, get that joint out the way, man, because I did that. Shout out to my boy MT Trucker. He put me on, man, and just pretty much gave me the blueprint. So it's a lot easier for me. But the way that the class is set up, it's set up in a way to it's set up at the pace of the slowest person in the class, pretty much. So I come in, I got my learner's permit, my drug test, my DOT physical, all of that stuff done. There are people, we are in week 7 going on week 8 that still haven't gotten that done yet. So that leads me to my first point is, you gonna have people at all types of points in their life. So we're talking about how to be successful, getting through CDL school successfully. You're gonna have people coming in this class at all different points in their life. Older people, younger people, women, men. Not everybody's gonna have your they're not gonna be like-minded people all the time. They're not gonna have your drive, and they're just not gonna have it. I don't know how else to describe that. I am 33 now, and I'm just at a point in my life where I don't got time for the nonsense, man. So it's cool to meet people, and I have met some good people out of that class, but I pretty much have stayed to myself, and you got to stay focused. So another thing I say is remember your end goal. All right, so you want to remember the reason why you got into this class. There's gonna be some ups and downs, some boring times. It's just like school, just like anything. You got to keep your end goal in mind, yo. Like, anything worth having is worth taking the time and really locking in and studying and learning your craft. Like, when you're taking your tests, don't just be like it's people in the class, like, they trying to finesse. You can get online and you can find ways to finesse the test, and all you got to do is do this for the pre-trip, and you can tell, like, they just trying to finesse. And I'm not saying that I don't try to finesse sometimes too, but at the end of the day, like, this is something that I'm doing to better me, right? So why am I gonna cut corners and cheat this and cheat that, like, and not really learn what I need to learn if I know, like, that I potentially put in my life in danger, and other people's lives in danger, and my career in danger. Like, I'm doing this to make money. Like, I'm doing this to create a new avenue. So why wouldn't I want to know all that I can know about this field that I'm learning? I can't learn everything in 10 weekends, but I want to learn as much as I can. So always remember to keep your end goals in mind. Everybody's different, so you're gonna meet a bunch of different people at at different points in their lives, and if you make friends, great. But just remember, you're not there to make friends. Another thing is your instructors are there to help. And if you're not getting what you need to speak up. So your instructors are there to help, but they're not gonna. A lot of times they may ask you like how you feel, like on a scale of 1 to 10, like with this or with that. But you know, when it comes to backing, driving over the road, anything, if it's something you don't understand, you got to speak up because it's too many people in this class for them to be able to figure out exactly where you are. You got to know kind of like where you are, and you get that you figure that out by asking questions. If you are struggling on something, ask questions. Um, the backing maneuvers. A lot of times, like while I'm going through the maneuvers, they say go, get out and look. So if I know I can get out and look at least twice when I'm doing this maneuver on a test, why not start practicing that now? So I'll get out and look in between the maneuver, and that'll give me a chance to communicate with my instructor, and he'll give me some pointers and tips as like what should I be seeing, what am I seeing, and how to get out of that or get to a place where I need to be with the truck. Being present and not looking too far ahead. So that kind of is contradictory to what I said about remembering your end goals. So it's important to have a good balance of remembering your end goals, but also being present. There's been so many days where it's like, man, I'm bored. Like, we sitting there waiting for your turn to back, and just trying to make the best of a situation that's not always fun. So, but being present in that, and if it's somebody that's there with you and y'all can have a conversation and something you can talk about, something that you want to talk about with this person, then great, you can get to know this person. Or you can just be present in that moment and not just my issue is just like, man, I'm so bored. Like, I can't wait till this is over. I can't wait till this is over. I can't, if you're always in that mindset, then you may miss something that you need. You could be watching one of your classmates make mistakes, and kind of watching them and see what mistakes they make or what they do well, and say, okay, you can learn while you're not always behind the wheel. You can learn from others. So as you get through the class, man, you're going to have some students that's going to try to be the instructor. And that's a lot. It happens, it seems, in my class. I mean, I'm sure it happens with other people. Y'all comment or whatever. But in my class, it's like, especially with the backing maneuvers, like you sitting there and you watching this other dude back up this truck. And you seeing stuff that he can't see or she can't see. So you like, he don't got it. Do this and do that and do this. And I had to catch myself doing that. It's like, man, like, you over here trying to coach him like you the instructor on the sideline when you probably get in the truck and do the exact same thing or worse. So you need to be quiet, close your mouth, humble yourself, and pay attention. Let the instructor do their job. You sit back because you the student. I mean, I done seen it so many times. Dudes, he ain't got it. He need to do this and he need to do that. And then they get in the truck and they done psych themselves up because they coaching on the sideline, and then they get in the truck. They expect the same, or you laugh at the person that's struggling. It's just something that you do in the class, but you gotta be able to block all of that stuff out, especially when you in the truck. And then when you on the sideline, it's important. Don't try to coach up the person. If they ask you a question and you know it's something that you kind of getting, you can tell them. If they come to you, you can tell them kind of like what you're seeing and what you're doing and trying to work on. But don't try to act like you got it and you just A1 with yours when you on the sideline, but then you get up in the truck and you can't you can't get that joint into the spot without help either. So, I mean, we in week 7 right now. So we just did week 7. So we at a point now where one of my instructors, who's super dope, man, he just sit back, fold his hands, and he don't say nothing. He just let you figure it out, let you mess up, because we say what you gonna do. What you're doing now is what you're gonna do on test day. All right, so you gotta you gotta have it in your mind, you know, what you've learned over from here moving forward. Whatever you have learned should be clicking now. You should be learning, like figuring out what you should be seeing, and getting out and looking, and if you need to stop, and doing all of those things that you should be doing. All right. You got a lot of recruiters coming through. So we've had recruiters come through. We've had TMC come. We've had Warner came, Snyder, McElroy, Flatbed, Foster Fuels, Propane, and Tanker Gas. They came. Somebody from US Express came. MT Trucker, my boy, he came through. Somebody from King's Logistics or Transportation out of Richmond. It's a small company. They came. I mean, you gonna have so many people coming at you, throwing numbers out there, and saying this and what the company can do for you, how much money you can make, and you gonna hear some people, man. One company came. He's like, yeah, like, well, how much you make a week? And he like $1,500. Dude, he like instantly. He like, I can put rims on the Nissan. I can. He's spending the money up before he even get the money. He's spending the money before he even has the CDL. I mean, that don't even make sense, but we all do it. I have goals and ideas in my mind, of how I want to spend my money once I start working in the field and, making that money. Yeah, I have, a portion of the money that I have is spent. So when I say that, it's important to create a successful financial plan or a business plan. And that's something that I'm working on right now. I haven't created a business plan. I'm in the process of working on a financial plan. So one of my biggest goals with getting into this industry is to create financial freedom. And the first thing that I need to do is get rid of all student loan debt. So I have a 4 to 5 year plan that I want to, and within the first 4 years, so I'm 33. So by the time I'm 37, I want to be financially free, debt free, no student loan debt, no nothing, and have I haven't created that number, how much I want to have saved up, because things can always change. So I gotta actually start to get the numbers, like what I average out, and then I'll go from there when it comes to like how much I want to have saved. But I do know that I have kind of guesstimate ballpark figure on like a 4 year plan for all of my student loan debt. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all today when it comes to the trucking. Things been going well. I'm doing better over the road. I have stalled out a couple times. It's just, really learning that clutch and understanding, driving with the downshifting, driving a semi downshifting and stuff like that is a learning. It's a work in progress. Also, the pre-trip is very important. Learning your parts, all your parts. You don't have to know them exactly the the way that your instructor may know them, but you got to understand and know what it is that you're talking about and what you're pointing at. Um, so that's one thing that I've been really working on, the in-cab pre-trip as well, because if you don't do your brake test, your integrity test, and um, your trailer brake and your truck brake and the integrity test and fanning your brakes, holding your brakes for a minute, all of them different tests. If you don't do those tests correctly, um, and in the proper order, then can that could be an automatic fail. So just keep that in mind. Um, I ain't gonna talk your head off. I done talked enough. I'm sure there'll be another video, and I can go more in depth about some of these things that I want to. But yeah, man. I hope you guys like the video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And we going from there, man.